I'm Jared from Appafone, and today I'd like to share a problem with you. And that problem is information overload, and we believe that we have a solution for it. So today a person is subjected to more information in one day than they were in medieval times in their entire life. That's an incredible amount of data. So information overload from the likes of retailers and various others, and they have a lot of difficulty in finding what they're looking for without maps and search engines. So this is our solution. So it's a very simple, with a simple tap you can turn on and off notifications. Push notifications arrive in the top bar, and once you get a push notification, you can look at it in the activity bar. So you receive relevant notifications without manual activation of the app. What that means is that if you're walking by the local coffee shop, they can offer you a deal and you'll get it. So that's the customer solution. So it pushes only the relevant information to the customer at the right time in the right place. It filters out all the irrelevant information overload, and it can be deactivated when required. Say, for instance, you could be out on a date and you don't want to get any notifications. But there's also another side to this, the retailer problem. And they have problems such as, how do I make my potential customers notice my existence? How can I advertise to them quickly, efficiently, easy, and in real time? And how do I communicate with them my stock levels, various deals, and things like that? So we believe that a simple way to target relevant customers near your store as they walk by would solve this problem. It would allow them to attract higher traffic by having notifications of offers, stock levels, loyalty programs, and various other things sent directly to their mobile phones while they walk by. This in turn would drive online to offline commerce, and in turn we'd be able to interrupt consumers' day-to-day habits. So this is hugely powerful. What I mean by this is every day I get up, I go to get the train. On the way to the train, I get a cup of coffee. If somebody sent me a notification that on the way in a different shop I get half off, I'd do that. And a lot of people would too. So we'd be interrupting their habits. So the market opportunity here is to map the offline habit graph. So where people go every day and what they do. Google has the knowledge graph, Facebook has the social graph. We believe that the habit graph would be just as powerful. Once it's mapped, we can begin to influence it to create new habits. And this in turn would lead to the online to offline commerce opportunity, which is a multi-trillion opportunity. And the reason it is because the average US shopper spends 1,000 out of 40,000 online, but spends the rest offline. So here's our business model. The business model is action-based. So it's phone calls to retailers, text, driving footfall into the retailer store. And as well as that, we'll charge them per push notification that they send out that converts into somebody walking into the shop. In addition to this, we can offer the retailers analytics, ranging from basic analytics, how many people walked into my shop, what did they do in the shop, to more advanced analytics. So there's lots of competition out there, but we believe that we can do it better. Competition such as daily deals, they have offers but no ambient location. Google Maps is more, you have to open up the app and know what you're looking for. This app pushes the information to you. I'd like to give you a short demonstration. Yeah. So this is the app working. It's very, very simple. All you have to do is tap on any category that you want. Say LeWeb London. You'll get notifications, and the notifications will appear here. It's that simple to do ambient location tracking. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. I have to ask before we go any further, were your slides intentionally Star Trek themed?
Yeah.
If you spotted that too,
yeah.
You're a geek as well. I'm a geek. Actually, seeing as we're in a mobile space, Jose, let's start with you.
Well, I love it. I love this space. I think there's a massive opportunity, but there's a lot of people jumping into this, okay? I've seen companies, a friend of mine has a company into this space, and it's got two problems, okay? First, getting customers to use the application, and secondly, getting retailers to start, offering services on top of the app. How do you want to
So
fight these two?
that's like a classic chicken and egg type thing. Okay, so what I'd say to that is we're going to offer really useful things to the customers to get them to sign up, okay? And what I mean by that is we'll be able to tell people when they're walking down to the train station, as I said before, that you have time to get a cup of coffee in the morning as you walk by. That sort of, it's a small thing, but it's useful. And in addition to that, once people download it, we'll be able to tell retailers that people are walking by. And once they walk by, we'll be able to give them statistics on the footfall and various other things that would really help their store. So that would be how we get around the chicken and egg problem.
And how you want to make that pitch to retailers? I mean, you need time and people to make it.
What we'd say is we have statistics on customers that are walking by our shop right now. We can tell you how many people walked into the shop, their average time, the variation in month to month, the gender, the demographics, that sort of thing. If you sign up with us and you display, sort of like Mixpanel has, you display a notification saying to your consumers to download the app, then we'll give you this for free. The more advanced analytics will cost.
Interesting. Reshma?
I'm a bit confused. So, because I see a conflict between your two groups that you're going after. So help me understand.
Yeah.
If my habit is to go to a same coffee place every day, and actually that's the one I'd probably turn off because I don't want to hear from any other retailers because I go to my favorite coffee place all the time. But on the other side, you're selling to the retailer saying, this person's habit is to go have coffee at 9 a.m. Let's push a lot of content to this person, and you're trying to sell to a retailer. I mean, to me, that sounds like a conflict.
So what I'd say to that is if you're going after the coffee, if you're given incentive to go for another one on the way, I believe that it really, like, people would sign up for that sort of a deal. You know, there's various other things as well. Like, if you... it's a difficult one to say, but like there will be incentive there. We'd have to have incentive for you to actually turn on the various channels.
Okay, Jessica?
So I like this and I get it. And I would potentially use something like this. But I think the very pitch and what you started with was we have too many notifications, we have too much information coming in. So here's an app that can let you selectively choose the notifications that are coming in. If there's too many notifications coming in, if I'm a normal person, meaning not any of us here, I'm turning my phone off. I'm turning my notifications off. I don't need an app like this. And on some level, and this isn't a statement actually about your app, but rather the space, it shows how primitive social and notifications and everything is, the fact that we would need an app like this to be able to manage it, right? So I'm hoping that one day something like this won't be necessary. That doesn't mean that it might not be right now. But I think there is a hurdle that you're going to have, which is how do you take this to the normals? Because I think most people, the way they respond to too much incoming is just to tune out.
Yeah, you'd have to make it very relevant to people. So what I mean by that is, generally if people get a Facebook notification in their app bar, they'd open Facebook. You know, you want to make the content really, really relevant to them. And if you could do that for their local surrounding areas, then you would be able to get them to use it.
Yeah, I think one thing that's worth looking at is that when you look at the data of who goes after deals, right, and who's online, and who has too many, like you end up with actually a large number of somewhat disparate populations, right? The people that are super app savvy, the people that are doing the coupon clipping and would go for that extra distance or go out of their normal route to go get that free coffee. Those populations don't always intersect, so I just think it's worth really looking at who you're going after, and then when you do decide to go after the retailer part, make it really, really targeted in one geography and specific to that demographic.
Yeah.
Jose?
I was going to ask you which geography you're going to start with, and then if you can tell us something about the team.
The geography we're going to start with will be possibly in London or possibly New York. We'll have to have a look for a dense amount of people that we could potentially market this app to, and then the retailers as well. The team is myself, I'm the CTO, and I have as well, Brendan is in the audience, the CEO, and we have another one or two people in Melbourne, Australia, who are doing technical development for us.
Can I ask a question about privacy? So already I can have I won't name the names, but the various daily deal sites push me perhaps an offer for a different cup of coffee and they're not particularly profiling me.
Yeah.
Maybe they know where I live, but not just by city. You mentioned the level of analytics that you've got, which sounds awesome if I'm a retailer, but as a consumer walking around and essentially giving away all of that data, or sorry, all of that personal information about me, presumably the offers have got to be very strong for me to want to feel that that's acceptable and interesting.
Yeah, they would have to be very strong and very relevant. And here's the thing as well, you don't actually have to register for the app. You just download it and it automatically provides value based on which channels you select and the algorithms as well that we have. And algorithms such as if you spend a lot of time in one place, you might like this other place, which is very similar. So that sort of thing.
Awesome. Any final question? Yes.
Just is, for the retailers, is it a self-serve solution or you're gonna? Okay.
Yeah, it'd be the same as Google AdWords. You just turn it on. It's like a tap, basically.
Awesome. Well, if that's no more questions, thank you, Appafone. Thank you.
Thank you.